Okay, today we're doing Lake Barcroft, which is a neighborhood in Falls Church. It's got over 1,000 homes in it. 1 out of every 4 homes is actually on the lake. So the lake used to be the reservoir for the City of Alexandria. I kind of love this. And then it got converted into a freshwater recreational lake. So Lake Barcroft is a CDP, that is a Census Designated Place, which was developed in the 1950s by a mid-century architect named Walter Gropius. Mm-hmm. And Walter Gropius wanted to create what was a nursery for children. He wanted rolling landscaping and hills and all kinds of barbecue pits in the front yards, and he just wanted to create this great neighborhood feel, which became Lake Barcroft. So I am Melissa Turzis, DC Real Estate Mama.
Michael Sheridan, DC Metro Lifestyle.
There you go. And so we're gonna do Lake Barcroft today. All right, so let's start off with real estate. Because of the access to water, the prices here can get well into the 2 millions. But you can find homes that might be a couple streets off of the water in the $800,000 to $1 million price point. I know, still pricey. Lake Barcroft is exclusively single-family home community. There's no condos or townhomes here. The home styles vary from mid-century to split-level, contemporary, and then rambler and ranch-style homes. And there's so many gorgeous homes that are on and just off the lake that even if a lakefront property is not in your budget, you can still take full advantage of the lake lifestyle and own a home here.
Yeah, it's amazing. Love the neighborhood so much. So the one thing to be prepared for as a buyer are the varying levels of condition in these homes.
Right.
So many of these homeowners have lived there for decades. And so oftentimes these houses are a time capsule of their original condition. Mm-hmm. And so that is one thing to be prepared for. Ultimately, depending on condition and your personal lifestyle, you may not be willing to take on a large project. There are a lot of homes that have kind of mid-sized projects. Mm-hmm. Some of them, may need a major overhaul of kitchens and things like that. But, it just depends on the house. It's really going to be property specific. And so, you will either need to be ready for a renovation or need to be willing to deal with a smaller pool of houses to choose from if you're looking for something more renovated.
Right.
Yeah. So, no matter what, you will really find an amazing home in this neighborhood. All right, so let's talk food and grocery stores. So Lake Barcroft is more dependent on Bailey's Crossroads and also Seven Corners for all of your shopping and food needs. So, its proximity also to Arlington, Alexandria, Falls Church City, Tysons, and Annandale really does give you a lot more variety, which is nice. But, you have to drive out of the immediate area to actually access those places. So, and honestly, the restaurants and all the food service areas are really kind of a mixed. Mm-hmm. They're oftentimes, small family. There's a lot of small family owned restaurants, and then you also have the big chains, which you're used to, and then you have everything from like deli counters inside of small markets to standalone restaurants. So there's just a huge variety in this area, which I think also gives it so much character and makes it a lot of fun to eat around this area, just because there is such a variety. So grocery stores, there's Trader Joe's, Giant, Safeway, and a lot of the smaller markets like my favorite, German Grocer.
You love that German Grocer.
I do. I shop there all the time. So definitely it's a really special place to go check out, and then also the Eden Center, which is absolutely amazing. It's a true, really expansive Asian market. I love going to shop there. And then also the Good Fortune Supermarket, which is also over in that area. So 2 of our favorite restaurants in the area are Little Saigon and also that Great Greek Mediterranean Grill.
Great. So, I'm down for it every day.
So those are 2 places to definitely check out. There's so much more that we could talk about, but really those are 2 of the ones that we really just wanted to highlight because they're 2 of our favorites.
Opa!
So what is there to do in the neighborhood that's fun? So much. This neighborhood's incredible. So there's 5 private beaches where you can swim and you can have various water activities. So the association has an annual fee of $495, and it's just, there's so much to do, which is really amazing. So at one point when the lots were actually being subdivided, there were people that did not want to be a part of the Lake Barcroft Association.
So they opted out?
Yeah, they opted out. And now people have tried to inquire about getting back in, and literally it would take an act of Congress. And so,
or an act of Lake Barcroft, which apparently is harder than an act of Congress.
Yes. And also beware that if you're caught in the Lake Barcroft areas on the private beaches and you are not a citizen of the Lake Barcroft Association, then you can actually get in trouble with the Fairfax County Police.
They will take you away.
Yeah. So, fun facts.
Fun facts about Lake Barcroft.
So, the sense of community here is very inclusive. The Lake Barcroft Association hosts many events throughout the year. Some of the best ones are the 4th of July fireworks, the Art League's Art and Music and Food Festival, the Music on the Lake, ice cream socials, and the Easter egg hunts. If you're a newcomer to the neighborhood, there's actually a group called the Newcomers Group that you can actually join to meet neighbors, to get more familiar with the neighborhood. And there are people to kind of help you, ingratiate you into the neighborhood, which I think is actually a pretty cool.
I know. It was a few weeks ago, but they had a meet your new neighbors on the barge. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Come on, neighbors.
Yeah. And the cool thing I think that I really love about Lake Barcroft is if you actually don't have a boat, there's a group where it's actually like a boat share, which is really cool. So, and it varies, all the different kinds of boats, kayaks, paddle boats,
so not motorized, but I was going to say, would somebody let somebody else use their motorized boat?
Yeah, I mean, maybe like a small engine one. I mean, that can all be used on the lake. So, but I think it's really cool. It helps to facilitate boat sharing among neighbors, especially if maybe it's not in the budget or your kids are kind of getting older and they're going to be out of the house and you move into the neighborhood where you don't really want to invest in something like that. So I think that sense of community really speaks volumes about Lake Barcroft. And there's just so much to do within the neighborhood that, on the weekends you could not leave the neighborhood and have a ton of fun, which I think is just really special.
I'll tell you, if I owned a kayak, I would let anybody borrow it, and you don't even have to return it. Because the one time I kayaked, it was not pretty.
So maybe Lake Barcroft is not for you.
Oh no, I went smashing into a rock. Yeah. I'm not good at outdoor sports.
Yeah.
Skiing worked out the same for me. I'm not good.
So if you're not like Melissa, there's a lot to do.
Yeah. All right, well, let's talk about schools in Lake Barcroft. So residents of Lake Barcroft are going to send their children to one of 3 different elementary schools based on where they live. There's Sleepy Hollow Elementary, which is a kindergarten through 5th grade school. It's a Title I school, and it also offers the Fairfax County Advanced Level 4 academics. So that's the advanced at grade 3. You get advanced classes available to you in the 4 core subjects, which is basically English, that they call ELA now, English Language Arts, math, social studies, and science. And then Bailey's Elementary School is split into 2 different schools. So they've got kindergarten through 2nd, and then they have the 3rd through 5th grade. So both Bailey's, both the upper and lower, they're both also Title I, and they both also offer advanced academics at the school. It's not at the level 4, but they offer dual language immersion in a couple different languages if you're interested in that. Belvedere Elementary serves pre-K through 5th grade, and it is also Title I, and they also offer level 4 advanced academics, which is kind of the highest level of advanced academics you can get in Fairfax County. Then you've got Glasgow Middle School, which covers grades 6 through 8. They have level 4 advanced academics. They also have the International Baccalaureate program. And then finally, you've got Justice High School, which is grades 9 through 12, and that also continues there. They've got the International Baccalaureate program as well. So if you're looking for a neighborhood that is not cookie cutter, that is close to everything, then you should add Lake Barcroft to your list of neighborhoods to check out. It's an incredibly unique community in the heart of Northern Virginia, right in Falls Church, and it gives you that vacation lifestyle without having to travel or leave town.
Yeah, it's really such an amazing neighborhood. It's one of our favorites, especially from an architectural
perspective. Yeah, it's so cute.
Yeah.
All right, so that's that. Our contact info is coming next.